So, for that reason, and for the pod race, and for the Battle of Naboo, which, you know, iffy, and Duel of Fates, hello, I'm gonna put that in A. What? Did he just do that? Did he just put The Phantom Menace in A? Yeah, he did. Star Wars film ranking tier list maker. Wow, exquisite stuff. I don't know if you guys are fans of Star Wars, but I am a ginormous fan of Star Wars. And do I think that Disney has ruined Star Wars? Yes. Do I think it's because of, like, women protagonists? Absolutely not. I think it's because of its bad storytelling and being lazy with their innovative ideas, which are, well, they're not innovative, they're lazy, right? Whatever people say about George Lucas, he invented Star Wars, all right? People didn't like the prequels. I grew up on the prequels, so they have a soft spot in my heart. And, you know, if you go into the extended universe of Star Wars, there are a lot of nuance, in-depth tales, including the Clone Wars TV show, which actually talks about so much that movies can't even get in the depth of, which is also another side topic I have. Has anybody seen a good movie recently? Because as far as I understand it, most TV shows are like 10 times better than current movies. Like, any new TV show is usually pretty solid, okay? But like, when movies come out, they're alright, you know? You're mostly there for the spectacle and for the special effects. You're not there for the plot line, you know? Anyways, let's get on with the list. Alright, S tier. What is an S tier movie? Star Wars. Rogue One. For sure. Boom. Woman character. Alright, there you go. So any of you guys think that I'm sexist or not? Not sexist. Actually, the plot line of Rogue One was really solid. The character was not a Mary Sue like they are in, you know, The Last Jedi. Another S tier movie. Might get a lot of hate for this. I would say Revenge of the Sith is pretty top tier. Mostly for the plot line. I'm not gonna say dialogue is great, and the acting is good in this movie. So the way I view Star Wars is kind of like a history book, which is kind of not the way you should be viewing Star Wars, because it's technically a movie. But if you approach it like a universe slash a history of a lived-in universe, events are more important than the, you know, the routine dialogue and acting skills of the actors, you know? And that's the perspective I come from. I do understand when there's like a bunch of movie fans saying, oh, the prequel sucked. But from my perspective, that is not the way I judge Star Wars. So let's continue with my judgments, because it's my list. All right, next movie. People would say Empire Strikes Back. And I will say no, because most of the movie is really fucking boring. I'll be honest. People say Empire Strikes Back is great and that Phantom Menace is boring. Excuse me, what the hell happens in the first 3/4 of Empire Strikes Back besides the Battle of Hoth? Even the Battle of Hoth, it's like... most of it is just like Luke in the caves, people hearing the AT-ATs walking, and then maybe there's like 10 minutes of combat. Oh, but it's the best movie. Dude, no. Dude, it is not the best movie, okay? Besides the reveal at the end, it is a pretty poo-poo film, I would say. So I'm gonna put that into B. You guys like that? I don't know, but I get a lot of hate on that. Deserves to go higher. What? It does not deserve to go higher. It does not. Tell me what Empire Strikes Back does amazingly. From a movie perspective, like I was saying, it is probably the best Star Wars movie, which is technically what this rank is. But in my opinion, it's what happens in the movie. That's what's important to me. I think the dialogue and the acting is the best in Empire Strikes Back, without a doubt. But the events that take place in Empire Strikes Back, I could literally care less for. Again, apart from the last quarter of the movie, nothing really important happens. Yeah, you know, Luke trains with Yoda. But does it drag on for too long? One could say that. The events are the worst. You get the Battle of Hoth and the duel with Luke and Darth Vader. Those are the best events in that movie. There's a giant asteroid battle of like the Millennium Falcon trying to flee the Star Destroyers, which takes way too long, okay? You sound stupid right now. I sound very intelligent. Again, from a movie perspective, it is the best movie. From a Star Wars lore perspective, I would say it's pretty bad. Well, in this case, it's actually pretty average. It's a B. Now, what I would say is trash is this. Last Jedi, awful. Tremendously awful. Rise of Skywalker, dog shit. The Force Awakens, dog shittier. Look at that. The new movies, trash. Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones, bottom tier. Close to bottom tier. I might even move it with the D level. They're pretty bad. Yeah, I would say, move it fucking to the bottom. You don't know what Star Wars is. You, sir, don't know what Star Wars is. You don't know what Star Wars is, all right? Attack of the Clones and all the new movies are dog shit, okay? All right, now we get to the good movies, right? Which I put Empire Strikes Back as average. Again, that's from a lore perspective and not from a movie perspective. Movie, it would be on top because of the acting and the dialogue. Other than that, what event happens in The Empire Strikes Back that makes you stand out from all the rest of the movies? I would say even A New Hope is an S tier or an A tier. Solo, I don't know. Return of the Jedi. Is it better than The Empire Strikes Back? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'm trying to think of the events that happened in Return of the Jedi. Okay, so there's Jabba's palace, the sand pit. He goes back to Dagobah to train with Yoda, and the Yoda dies. And then Battle of Endor. And then, Vader, turns good again at the end of it. I think it's the same as, Empire Strikes Back, dude. Same quality. There's nothing that, whoa, stands out to me completely. I think, okay, this is what I would say. This is how I would describe it. The lack of a better word, I'm going to use the word bearable, okay? Which is not a flattering term for Star Wars, but, just bear with me here. Empire Strikes Back is less bearable up until you get to the end. The end, I would say, is way better than Return of the Jedi. But in Return of the Jedi, there is event after event after event after event that is happening. To be fair, those events are not that impressive, but there's still something happening. Also, the acting and the dialogue, again, is better than a lot of the movies. But that's not what we're judging here. We're judging plotline, okay? Somebody should take this man to Star Wars school. Star Wars school, dude, I am the lead professor. I am Dumbledore of this Star Wars university, all right? I'm going to have courses, by the way. They're going to be $3,000 a session. And Phantom Menace, this might be a divisive topic for a lot of you guys, because I'm assuming most people would put the Phantom Menace at the bottom, and because of Jar Jar Binks and the politics. I understand the Jar Jar Binks part, but to be fair, it's a Star Wars movie, and Star Wars is technically targeted towards kids, so I don't have a problem with Jar Jar Binks too much. He doesn't distract too much from the main plot line. He's a little annoying, I understand that. But if we're talking about events in the plot, he's actually kind of critical. Again, don't focus on the annoying part. Focus on the critical to the plotline part. And the events that do take place in Phantom Menace are pretty on point, all right? There's a few dull parts in Phantom Menace, primarily when they're traveling. Actually, no, when they're on Tatooine, and when then there's a bunch of political scenes as well. But to be fair, I'm a political science major, Politics interest me. So all those scenes, to me, were very fascinating. And at the same time, to the whole story of Star Wars, they're very important. You slowly see how the Intergalactic Senate loses faith in the current chancellor at the time. So then they appoint Palpatine, and you can see how democracy kind of falls and crumbles in upon itself. And to a regular person watching Star Wars in a movie, it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. But to a person that appreciates politics and shit, that's ugh, dude, it gets me stiff. It gets me a little stiff. So, for that reason, and for the pod race, and for the Battle of Naboo, which, iffy, and Duel of Fates, hello, I'm gonna put that in A. What? Did he just do that? Did he just put The Phantom Menace in A? Yeah, he did. Is it an S tier? No. There are some dull moments, but where it takes place in the Star Wars universe and in the Skywalker Saga, it is probably one of the most critical movies. And that's also according to James Favreau. Or Dave Favreau? I don't know his first name. Who said that the Duel of Fates, again, Duel of Fates, if Qui-Gon Jinn survives, right? Darth Vader is most likely not going to become, well, Anakin Skywalker is not going to become Darth Vader, right? So Darth Vader wouldn't show up, and he would actually bring balance to the Force. But because he died in that Duel of Fates, Obi-Wan didn't really believe in Anakin for the most part, as opposed to Qui-Gon. And bada bing, bada boom, you get the next 5 movies. And the next, technically, 8 movies. Oh god, the new trilogy's dog poo-poo. Alright. I hope you guys enjoy my Star Wars film ranking tier list. Again, this is on plot points and not on the quality of the film. Because again, the dialogue in the prequels, let's be honest, the dialogue and the acting in the prequels is really bad. But the events that take place are really important.